Boris Johnson is a man in a hurry. He's had more than 2 years of his premiership taken up with the COVID pandemic. He is now in a rush to get going with some of the other Conservative manifesto pledges made at the last election. That's one reason he wants this big shake-up now, to rejuvenate his top team and get going on these new priorities. Westminster has been alive with reshuffle rumours for weeks now, but Downing Street this morning confirmed that the Prime Minister was going to go ahead with a shake-up, citing his need to formulate a Build Back Better team to help bring the country forward as it comes out of the pandemic and to concentrate on what he called the PM's priorities for the people.
Have you accepted the devotion, Dominic Raab?
Dominic Raab is one of the biggest victims of the reshuffle. He hasn't been sacked entirely, but he has been removed from one of the great offices of state. That role is Foreign Secretary, after he was caught sunbathing on the beach on holiday in Crete last month, on the very day that Kabul fell to the Taliban. He has been given another role. He's been moved to Justice Secretary, and almost as a fig leaf to cover up this sort of humiliation, he has been given the title Deputy Prime Minister. So that is a sort of promotion from his previous title, which was First Secretary of State, and does show that he still has the confidence of the Prime Minister. Well, Liz Truss is one of the biggest winners of the day, moving from Trade Secretary to Foreign Secretary, one of the most senior jobs in government. She has really rebranded herself as a champion of Brexit and the opportunities that it holds. She's become known for the sort of taking on the Global Britain slogan. And I think as the Prime Minister looks to, lean into the Indo-Pacific tilt, looking at the kind of rise of China, I think it's very interesting that Liz Truss, who's kind of very visible, she's got a big personality, she's colourful. I think Boris Johnson would be looking for someone with more personality to take on that role on the world stage. It's also worth noting that with Liz Truss in that role and Priti Patel confirmed as remaining as Home Secretary, 2 of the 4 great offices of state are now held by women. The least surprising sacking in this reshuffle is the removal of Gavin Williamson. He's been criticised for policy, for the A-level and exams fiasco and the algorithm last year during the pandemic, various other perceived mistakes in his role as Education Secretary, but also for general gaffes. And I think that the recent mix-up of Marcus Rashford, the black football player, with another black rugby player was particularly unfortunate and probably helped seal his fate. Boris Johnson's cabinet to date has been pretty static for the past 2 years. He's obviously looking now at trying to expedite the delivery of some of his key manifesto pledges into the remaining couple of years of his premiership before the next election. You look at, for example, Michael Gove moving from a very key role in the Cabinet Office to Housing Secretary. Well, of course, it's one of the key pledges in the Tory manifesto to try and build 1 million houses during this Parliament, or at least 300,000 new homes a year. So need someone with a reputation for delivery like Michael Gove to really take on such a big policy challenge. There are a number of different things that the PM's looking to do, but the widespread nature of the shake-up shows that he really wants to rejuvenate his government. This is intended as a big reset moment.